everybody. Welcome to the Grand Summit. I'm Edie Kilchenstein, and this is an all levels yoga class that will run about an hour. And just so you know, I will be mirroring you, so when I say right foot, and I'll be using my left, just in case you get confused. So, let's start by taking a comfortable seat. Sit cross-legged or up on a pillow, whatever makes you happy, comfortable. Hands resting gently in your lap or on your thighs. And close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, start to notice the breath. And allow your awareness to follow the breath all the way down into your belly, grounding you into your seat. Notice the parts of you that touch the ground, your sit bones, your feet, your ankles. Settle into that. And softly exhale. See if you can match the inhale to the exhale. It can help to count to 4 or 5 so that you can bring your breath into balance. And as you come into your physical body here and ground here, with your eyes gently looking behind you, as you exhale, see if you can soften the outer edges of where you end and the outside world begins. Because we use the breath and our yoga practice to remind us that we are part of something big and beautiful and vast. And it's in us and we are in it. And so no matter how vulnerable, broken, isolated, disconnected that we might feel, because we are part of this beautiful, pulsing, energetic, divine, if you will, consciousness, we can always find our way back because we're never not part of it. So today, as we practice, just try to remember that you are part of this big, beautiful, grand scheme. And allow that beauty, your uniqueness within that, to shine forth. So today we'll start with 1 round of Om. We'll bring our hands together in prayer pose, front of your heart. And we join our voices together because it will join us energetically from far and wide, wherever we may be. So take a breath in through the nose, a breath out through the nose, and together. Allow your hands to come down to your knees. Take a beautiful, big, bright breath. Get long in your body as you reach through the crown of the head. Softly open the eyes. And we'll stay seated, but we'll start in bound angle pose or Baddha Konasana. And so you take the soles of your feet together, but I would take them farther out than you normally do because it's the beginning of the practice. And just think of your big toes moving together. We'll take a twist from here. So the right hand will come behind you, left hand will come to the knee. So take the hand and the knee and press them into each other. Root through the back hand and turn around the spine. So keep that balanced energy going between the hand and the knee and the back hand and the floor. Root down through the hips, up through the crown of the head. As you inhale, reach up. As you exhale, soften, expand, turn. We're going to keep the left hand where it is. Just bring the right hand all the way around to the other knee. So this is a nice stretch in the arms. And again, pull up with the hands and press out through the hips, out through the knees. So you feel this nice stretch in your arms. And we'll gently take the chin down towards the chest. And we'll inhale, the chin comes up, release the left hand, take it behind you, and we'll take a twist to the other side. So really powerful engagement between the hand and the knee, root down through your hips, up through the head, and turn around the spine. And you can practice that blurring of the edges here. So use the exhale to soften, expand, open. Leave the right hand where it is. Reach the left arm over to the other knee. So this time the left arm's on top. Re-engage the knees and the arms so you feel that nice stretch across your shoulders. And once again, we'll just draw the chin down towards the chest. You should feel a nice stretch all across your shoulders and arms. Inhale, bring the chin up. Just release the legs right to the mat. And we'll take some cat-cow from here, seated. So the hands just come over the knees. As you inhale, you reach up, arch the back like you're a mooing cow. Exhale, puff up the back like you're an angry cat. And just follow the full length of your breath in and out as you warm up the spine. We'll come back to a neutral spine, just rock back, and we'll take boat pose or Navasana. So you can keep the knees bent and hold the backs of your thighs, your hamstrings, and pull the spine, the belly back towards the spine and sit up as tall as you can, rooting down through the hips, up through the head. And this could be plenty. Or you can straighten the legs, reach out with the hands. And we'll take 5 breaths here. So be kind to yourself. If you need to come down or come back, that's fine. This is core work. We're getting ready for summer. It's bikini weather, all you men out there. And release. We'll come to hands and knees and take cat-cow there. So inhaling and exhaling, following the full length of your breath. You can also move around, making circles or figure eights, just waking up the body, reminding yourself that you're part of all of this, that you belong. Your physical being is something to ground into, get into, enjoy, not something to escape from. It's something to fill out and have fun with. We'll come back to a neutral spine, take the knees wide, big toes come together, press back, child's pose. So the hips reach back over the heels. They don't have to get there, just do the best you can. Hands reach forward, you can come up on tippy fingers and even lift the elbows up. Maybe your head will come to the mat, maybe not, wherever you are. Reach back through the hips, forward through the crown of the head, and just soften into this big, gentle stretch. On our next inhale, we'll come forward to hands and knees, but bring the heels towards your glutes. That's your tush. Belly knits towards the spine. Just come forward for a modified up dog here. So claw the floor with your fingers, forearms move towards each other. Heels are actively engaged, moving towards the tush. Exhale, come back, tuck the toes, lift the knees, come to down dog. So if your heels don't get to the floor, who cares? Bend your knees, stick your booty out a lot. From your heart, reach down into the earth. Claw the earth from the earth, press down, root through, up and back through your hips. And we'll come forward past plank, and then back to plank. Take your knees, your chest and chin to the ground, Ashtangasana. Untuck the toes and come up into just a low cobra. Doesn't have to be full expression. And exhale back. Downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. At the end of your 3rd breath, come to hands and knees. And we'll start with a neutral spine here. We'll take the right leg straight out behind you. So up on the ball of the foot, really reaching out through the heel. Root down through the right hand, reach the left arm up for a twist. Really reaching out through the heel, press that hand into the earth, so much so that it opens you across the collarbones and lets you stream energy out those upper fingers. We'll inhale to unwind and thread the arm all the way through till you come down on your shoulder and your head. Pop up on your fingers of the right hand, and we'll take the right leg out to the side. So if you can reach your leg, great. If you can't, no big deals. Come up on the tippy fingers. Press the elbows apart. We're going to keep the leg, the right leg and hand where they are. You're going to unwind and take the left hand right by the knee. And notice, make sure that that right foot is roughly in line with the knee too. So the foot, knee, hand are more or less in line, and we'll take Parigasana or gate pose from here. And again, we're going to root into the earth to rise up into the sky. All the points that touch the earth, really use them as a boundary to push off so you can get lighter. We're going to root down into the knee and the leg come up. And just reach the right arm down the right leg, left arm comes up and over. For a nice long stretch here. And we'll take the hand down, just come to your knees here. So we'll take a gentle back bend here. So tuck the toes. Take your hands in prayer pose, bring them to your heart. And we'll move from the heart here. So ears will come straight back, chin does not come up. So take the shins towards each other, tailbone reaches long. Reach down through the knees, up through the crown of the head. Just a gentle back bend here. Take a couple breaths. And then just take your hands to your heart. And notice if just because you're touching your heart, you might be able to open just a little bit more. Your beauty, your heart of all that is. Inhale, come up. And we'll take a vinyasa, that one we were doing before. So knees wide, toes together, come back to child's pose. Inhale, forward, draw the heels. Exhale back, down dog. Inhale forward, past plank. If you can roll over onto your toes, awesome. That's like another modification of up dog. Exhale back to plank. And then we do Ashtangasana. Knees, chest, chin. Untuck the toes. Root down through the knees and the toes. Come on up into cobra. Exhale back. Down dog. We'll come back to hands and knees. And we'll take the left leg straight out behind. So really rooting really strongly into the left hand, out through the left heel. We'll take the right arm up for a twist. So don't forget the right knee. That's pressing down too. The more you press into the earth, the lighter you get up through the upper body. We call that root to rise. On the next inhale, we'll exhale to come all the way through down to the shoulder. Pop up on those tippy fingers. Take the leg out to the side. So again, maybe you can reach the leg or the ankle, but it really doesn't matter. You can take the elbows apart from each other, and that will help roll on to the back of the head. Sukhiandrasana, thread the needle pose. Inhale, come on back up. Keep the left leg where it is. And we'll make sure it's roughly in line with the knee. Take the right hand this time. So you're more or less in a line. And reach the left arm up. Press into the earth. Hips move forward. Reach out. So the yogis say we're a conduit between heaven and earth. So feel the earth below you. As you reach up to the sky and heaven above you, feel that you are like a lightning rod between the two. Always in it. It's always in us. And we'll come all the way up and reach up. So this time the left arm reaches down the knee, right arm reaches up and over. Inhale, come back up to your knees. And we'll take that camel pose, Ustrasana again. So you can untuck the toes if you want, keep them tucked. Doesn't have to be a big back bend. It's more, I want you to feel the heart opening and the head in line with the spine. So let's take the hands in cactus this way, like a goalpost. Hands reach back, elbows a little bit forward. So think ears back, up through the crown of the head. Reach back. And of course, if camel pose is in your practice and you want to reach back for your feet, feel free, but that's totally not necessary. Head is the last thing to come up. And we come down. Back to child's pose. Inhale, forward to that modified up dog with the heels behind you, coming up to your tush. Exhale back, down dog. Forward past the shoulders, past the wrist. Back to plank. Knees, chest, chin. And up into Bhujangasana, Cobra. Let's come on down, take the hands wide. Come up on your tippy fingers, elbows point to the sky, and we'll come up into a wide cobra. So this should feel a lot easier on your back. If you're experiencing any back pain, really root the tailbone long behind you. Press into the knees and the toes. And we'll come down to Sphinx pose. So, elbows under shoulders. Let's take the right hand across and we'll bend the left knee. Rooting down into the right hand, just reach back. See if you can grab that back leg. If you can't, just reach back for it. If you get the ankle, again, we'll do that balanced effort of pressing the shin away as you pull the hand in. Hips root down into the earth, elbow and hand into the earth. Notice which side wants to pull up, so really puff up through the left kidney and left side and root down, the right, and root down through the left side so that you can square to the front of the mat. Gently release, come back to Sphinx, and just rock out your hips. And we'll take the other side. So it's easier if you take the hand sort of on a diagonal across the front of the mat. It gives you a little bit better balance. And we'll bend the right leg this time. Reach back, maybe grabbing where the toes grow out, the ankle, wherever you are. If you make that bind, soft bend in the elbow, press into the foot and pull back with the hand. And you'll notice that that lifts you up. So you're rooting and using the boundary to rise so that you can feel connected to the pose and to your physical body. And gently release. Come back to Sphinx. And we'll come to hands and knees. So I'll turn here. So you're in hands and knees and your forearms. Tuck the toes. Come up into puppy pose. So claw the floor, really press down through the forearms. And we'll walk in. So just walk as far as you can get without, feeling uncomfortable. I want you to feel powerful. This is you have to have strong shoulders for this. So once you get in, just pause here and breathe. And then come on back to hands and knees. Take a breath. From here, we'll press back into puppy pose. Root down into the left arm, come up on the right palm. Root down into the right palm, come up to the left, and voila, you're in downward facing dog. And we'll take our vinyasa. So come down to hands and knees. Take a child's pose. Inhale forward, heels come towards the glutes. Exhale back, down dog. forward past plank, maybe roll over the toes, back to plank, knees, chest, chin, and cobra. Back to downward dog. And we'll take baby steps. Walk to the front of the mat. And you're in forward facing fold here. Bend the knees a lot so you can get your hands on the earth. Bend and straighten one leg. You can shake your head out. We'll take our hands to the hips, elbows point to the sky, really deep bend in the knees, root through the feet, rise up. Reach up. Hands come to heart center. So close your eyes, take a breath. Notice if you're feeling a little bit more connected with your own physicality, with your surroundings. One of the best ways to remember that we're part of something is to come to the mat. And it can be the hardest thing to do when we're feeling isolated and separate and funky. So inhale, reach up. Let's clasp the left wrist with the right and we'll reach over to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, reach to the left. Inhale, come up. Let's take those cactus arms like we did when we were in camel. Elbows forward a little bit, pressing with the hands, and we'll just take a back bend here. So, really powerful legs. Shins in, thighs back and wide, tailbone reaches long, up through the crown of the head, and back. Just gazing at the ceiling. And let's just take our hands to our heart to remember that we are part and we're held in this bigger, beautiful energy. And notice if maybe that, just by virtue of holding your heart, it allows you to get a little deeper. And we'll inhale, come up, hands at heart center, and we'll take a big wide stance. So, toes face the, if you're on the long side of the mat, or you moved your mat, outside edges of the feet are parallel with the outside edge of the mat. We'll interlace our hands behind the back. Just notice which thumb is on top. That soft bend in the elbows, soft bend in the knees. We'll take a forward fold here. So reaching the arms up behind you. As you press down with the feet. So we're going to release the hands to the mat. Come up halfway. Ardha Parivrtta. And we'll walk over to the right. So the right toes face ahead. Back foot is parallel with the back edge of the mat. Come up on the ball of the back foot and bring the back knee down. Bring both hands to the front knee. And we'll take Anjaneyasana. So remember, front knee moves back, front foot moves back, back knee moves forward. We're gathering energy up into the hips. Tailbone is reaching long. The belly is powerful. So that all of that power is rooting down into the earth to give rise to the arms. And we'll bring both hands back down to the front knee, lift the back heel, reach back. Same hand, same foot, maybe grab the ankle. And again, we want to use the hand and the shin together, pulling and pushing, so you have that balanced energy. Soft bend in the back elbow, reach the front arm forward. And gently release. Frame the front foot, lift the back knee, and turn the back heel so the back foot is parallel with the back edge of the mat. Right hand outside the right leg. We'll sweep the left arm up. We'll come up into triangle. Uttita Trikonasana. Rooting down into the back leg, pulling through the back arm, reach up, and take it in reverse. Inhale, come back to center, all 10 toes face me. Big, wide. Take a big breath. Open to all the possibilities. We live in this infinite, beautiful energy where all possibilities exist. So here we are. Who knows what's going to happen next? Let's cross our hand, opposite thumb on top. Just notice how that feels. Maybe it makes you feel disconnected. Maybe it makes you feel more connected. And we'll bend through the knees, bend through the elbows. Again, reaching the elbows high as you reach the head and crown of the head towards the mat. Maybe your head gets to the mat. Maybe it doesn't. If it does get to the mat, use the head into the earth the same way we were doing with hands and feet to press in so you can get more lift. Really reaching in two directions. And we'll come halfway up. Turn across the front foot. Left foot this time. Bring the left knee to the mat. Both hands come to the front leg. Draw it all in. Gather that energy into your hips. Press it back down into the earth and notice how it ricochets, bounces, and comes back up. So we're moving energy around within the energy all around us that is us. Now we'll bring both hands down to the front knee. Lift the back knee. Reach back. Find the ankle. Press the ankle into the hand into the ankle. That boundary is going to give you the room and the freedom to move more deeply into the pose. And we'll gently release. Frame the front foot. Lift the back knee. Turn the back toes. Straighten the front leg. Come into triangle on the other side. And just notice. Is it easier on this side? Since you've been moving, how do you feel? Has it changed the energy inside your body? Can you blur your edges even here as you press into the earth and expand out? Can you allow yourself to dissolve into your surroundings? Rooting down through the back leg, pulling through the back arm, come all the way up. Inhale, come back, all 10 toes towards me. Take that beautiful, big, bright breath. Open to that big, beautiful, vast cosmos. And we'll just step back to the front of the mat. So, we'll do a balance pose here. You may want a wall. You may not. Dancer, not to Rajasana. So we'll stand into the right leg first, come to the ball of the left. And we'll just bring the foot up and reach back and grab the ankle. So we've been doing this all day. If you want the wall, certainly hold the wall. Right arm comes up. Press out as you pull with the arm and you press out through the shin. Hinge at the waist. Root down through the earth. And smile. Inhale, come up. Shake it out. We're always dancing through life, right? Hopefully, enjoying, trying to feel connected, trying to be part of the dance. We'll take the other side. So again, if you want the wall, it's always here for you. We'll root down into the left leg this time. Right leg comes up. So hold the ankle or the toe. Try to keep a soft bend in the elbow so you're not hyperextending. And again, gather the energy in. Pull, push me, pull you. Root down through the standing leg. That has a soft bend in it too. Hinge at the waist. But we're reaching up through the crown of the head at the same time. And inhale. Come back to center. Give yourself a pat on the back for a beautiful job. Well done. And we'll come down onto the floor. So, this could be, there's a bunch of bus stops. So we'll do peacock prep. Sorry, gotta get a block. So there's a lot of bus stops here. The first one is to do what we did before, which is come down onto your forearms, into puppy pose, come up, walk up, as far as you can walk up, really pressing through the elbows. Lift one leg, and then the other. Or simply stay in down dog. That's one. The next one is we'll do it at the wall. So make sure you're not too far because you don't want to kick into the wall and slam into it. So your hands are maybe 6 or 8 inches away from the wall. And again, your elbows, shoulders are right over the elbows. Claw the floor, forearms reach towards each other. Come up into puppy pose. Walk in. So your head is not on the floor. Lift one leg up and just kick up. Maybe you reach the wall. And you can stay right here or experiment with coming off the wall. So try one of those. See how you like it. And for those of you who are doing even more, maybe you're farther along, maybe this is really easy, you find this, you're completely connected to all the forces that be. we'll do it in the middle of the room with a block. It makes it easier. But whatever you do, take your time now, practice, enjoy. If you want to use the block, I like to hold it in my hands and I put my head on the block, then I walk in and lift one leg, then the next. So taking your time, walk in, lift up. So you're pressing your head into the block and your block into your head, then release the hands. And maybe lift the head. And that helps me get there in the middle of the room. So there's lots of ways to go about it. So take a minute, do it, enjoy it. And if you're in puppy pose, be grateful that you're grounded to the earth. You're still in an inversion, you're still upside down. It's still fun. And when you've had enough, come on back down onto the mat, onto your back. And we'll take the soles of the feet together again in Baddha Konasana, that bound angle pose. You can take a hand on your heart, hand on your belly, and just breathe into the body. Trying to even the breath again. That's pretty wild heart opener. It gets your energy really coursing when you do those inversions. So just notice how you feel. And we'll take our feet flat on the mat. Bring them back towards your tush. See if you might have to scooch around. See if you can grab your ankles. We've grabbed the ankles a lot when we did dancer. So if you can reach them, I want you to feel the boundary of what it's like to have when you push up into a bridge. And you can scoot your shoulder blades underneath, root down through the crown of the head. So this is where you're really pressing down into the earth. That's where you're getting the bouncing energy out through your knees. And you're pressing the shins away and the hands into the shins. And that just gives you a little bit more room to open and expand. And inhale, come down. This time, take both knees to the right. Maybe lift the right ankle over the left knee, and you can reach down and grab the left ankle. Pressing out through the left knee for a nice stretch. If you want even more, take the right arm up overhead. And unwind, we'll take it to the other side. So both knees go to the left. Maybe the left ankle comes over the right knee. Maybe you can reach the right ankle, pressing from the hip through the right knee, and maybe lifting the left arm up and over. And again, trying to balance the breath here and softening as you exhale into the mat, into the atmosphere, recognizing that you belong. Inhale, come up, and we'll take another bridge. You can clasp the ankles if you want, or simply take the arms down at your side, root down into the palate, the back of your head, reach up. And you can do it without the hands clasped, see if you like it better, which is more freeing, which gives you more power and depth of the pose. Only you know, because it's your body, your pose. Inhale, come down. We'll extend the legs out straight. Actually, take your feet and take your palms down and just rest them under your tush and bring your tush down. Then extend the legs. So we're going to root down into the elbows, come up on the back of the head for a fish pose, and just allow your ankles to roll open like a fish. So you may not come really high up on the back of your head. It's just a heart opener and a resting heart opener. Inhale, gently come down, release the hands, take both feet flat on the mat. Knees bent, feet flat on the mat, and let's interlace the hands behind the right hamstring, pressing the hand into the muscle into the hand. So from the hip, reach up through the leg. So it's an active stretch, and extend the left leg out. Heel is actively engaged. So right hip moves forward, left hip moves back for this Supta Padangusthasana. Reclined hand to foot pose. Let's bend the knee. If your right leg is bent, take the left arm across and just keep pulling it over for a supine twist. So the opposite arm goes out and you look away from the twist. Inhale, come back, bend both knees, and we'll take the hands behind the left leg, extend the right. So this should help reset any twinges in the lower back from doing those back bends. As long as it's really active. So if the left leg is up, now the left hip is moving forward, right heel is actively engaged, pulling the right hip back. So you're resetting the hips here. You can take the hands up to the toe if you want, because that's the full expression of the pose, but you certainly don't have to. We'll bend the knee, so I have my left knee bent, so take the right hand across, pull the knee over, left hand comes out to the side and you look to the left. Inhale back to center. Just take both knees, rock side to side over your sacrum. That's a big triangular bone at the base of your spine. Maybe take a happy baby, whatever final pose you want. It's your body, listen to it. Know that your mind, body, and heart, they're all one. They're all part of this energy. They all have energetic signatures. What feels right? What feels connected? What feels like you're in the flow? How can you step into the grace of the moment? Do whatever it takes. Take a few breaths And then stretch out. Allow the ankles and feet to roll open. Your hands come out to your side. Palms face up. To Shavasana, final resting pose, corpse pose. And this is where all the fruits of your practice settle in on your body and get stored in your cells like, a computer chip. So that you have all of that knowledge and innate wisdom and physical energy to draw on the next time you come to the mat. And so you become more connected faster. So as you lay here, squeeze every muscle in your body in towards the center. So you're really pulling everything in, and then just release it and soften. Allow your whole back body to just melt into the support of the earth. Eyes soften and drop back in the head. Take the tongue off the roof of the mouth. Soften the jaw. Soften your ears, your cheeks. And just allow yourself to settle into Shavasana. And know that you've cultivated this sense of contentment, this sense of connectedness. We can always come home to ourselves when we're feeling isolated and separate and broken. Because we are always part of the whole. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Allow your awareness to come back to the physical body, soften into the breath, reawaken with small movements, cultivating that contentment, that connection, that softness, protecting it, Small movements with your fingers and toes. Rock side to side. You can draw the knees up. Take the arms overhead. Nice stretch. Take a couple of breaths here. And in the next 2 or 3 breaths, make your way to one side or the other into a fetal position and just pause there for a breath of gratitude for your physical body, for the earth, for the universe, for everything that we're part of, that we're here, for our yoga practice. Knowing that you can always practice with others and join yourself energetically. Then keep your hand closest to the heart, press down into the earth as you root into the earth, rise back up to a seat. And we'll close with one final Om. So we seal our practice energetically with that beautiful sound, that vibration that resonates in everything. And we join that river of sound that has been chanted before us and will be long after us, that connects us. So bring your hands together in prayer pose, Anjali Mudra. Take a breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. And together. I bow to the beautiful light, the energy, the divine, the cosmos, the unity, everything that's in you, that's also in me. Namaste. Thanks for coming, everybody.